So here's a detailed step-by-step guide to obtaining a temporary residence card, your TRC, and a work permit in Vietnam in order. Okay? Number 1, you're going to need a job offer and a labor contract. Secure employment with a Vietnamese company or a legally registered foreign company in Vietnam. The employer will sponsor your work permit application. That will be the school that you get your job from once you graduate from AVSE or whatever TEFL or TESOL group you go through. Okay. Gather the necessary documents for a work permit. Documents typically required include a university degree, qualification, certified copy, translated into Vietnamese and notarized. Okay. Work experience certificates to prove relevant professional experience, at least 3 years in many cases. This one is just kind of whatever. Just put the most relevant job experience you think that deals with education or teaching English. If you've already started working somewhere, you can use this as your reference as well. All right, health check certificate performed in Vietnam or abroad, but must be recognized in Vietnam. Okay, you will need like a physical done. It is like one of the silliest physicals I've ever gone through.
You know, if I did some sit-ups in the morning or bent over like this, I'd probably feel 100% better. Moon River. Whew. Thank you, Doc. You ever serve time?
I put a list of hospitals you can go to right here, and you can go to any of these places and get a physical done. It's not that expensive. It'll cost you, I don't know, less than $50. Criminal background check from your home country or Vietnamese police clearance. Don't bother getting an FBI background check before you leave before you leave your country. If you're from the United States, it's a complete waste of time. Also, don't get any of your documents notarized by the state that you're in. Vietnam falls under some sort of commission or whatever that doesn't require you to do that and completely nullifies any notarizations you can get in the United States. If you're from another country, you can do that. But as far as, don't waste your time getting an FBI background check. Get a police check from your landlord if you're staying somewhere, or a guest house if you're staying there. When you're staying at a guest house or you do sign a lease to rent someplace, you will be required every month to give them your visa or a photocopy or photograph of your visa or your TRC or whatever. This is how the police keep track of you in the country. They're going to do a police check on you. Don't worry about it. Basically, they're just concerned that you're not like a serial killer or like, other gross sexual crimes or anything like that. If you've got some misdemeanors on your record, don't worry about it. They're just looking for like really bad crimes. Passport. Valid for at least 6 months with blank pages. Photos, passport size, 3x4 centimeters, white background. Okay, you can have these professionally taken at like Walgreens or something, or you can have them just taken at home next to a white wall and use Photoshop to doctor them up. Okay, 3, apply for a work permit. Where? The application is submitted to the Department of Labor, Invalids and Social Affairs, or the DOLISA, in the province where you work. Who applies? Your employer should apply for you. They handle most of the process, or should handle most of the process. I had to kind of had my hand held through this process. I had to do most of the driving and running around. They will possibly make the payments for you, but they might take it out of your check. A good company will pay for all of this for you, okay? Unfortunately, although I love my boss, I had to pay most of mine myself, okay? And it's gonna cost me about $20 million when it's all done and said. That's about $1,000. Processing time, around 7 to 10 working days, but can vary by province, okay? 4, you'll receive your work permit. The work permit is usually valid for up to 2 years. Ensure you review it for accuracy and retain a copy for future reference. Okay. Once you get this, you can give this to your landlord to verify your police check every month or whatever. Apply for your visa based on your work permit. Once the work permit is issued, you can apply for a visa appropriate to your employment. You should have done this already before you entered the country. If you're already working for a company, they can apply for the business visa for you. Usually a DN1 visa, working visa, or a TT visa for dependents. Now, gather your documents for your TRC. TRC stands for Temporary Resident Card. This is your green card essay. Okay, this is going to make you legal so the Migra doesn't come after you. Okay, documents typically required. Work permit. Okay, this will be your work permit that you've already obtained. The original and a certified copy. Your passport, valid with the appropriate visa. Employer sponsorship letter confirming your employment and request for a TRC. Company's legal documents, business license and tax code certificate of your employer. Your employer can gather all this. Don't worry about it. Just have them deal with this part of it. Photos, passport size 2 by 3 centimeters. And trust me, they are sticklers about the size of these photos, so get it right. Don't like half-ass this. They're really sticklers about everything. If you don't put your middle name on a document, they will return it and make you do it all over again, okay?
We have sort of a problem here. Yeah, you apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS reports.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I forgot.
Temporary residence declaration form provided by your landlord or the local police proves your address in Vietnam. Okay. 7. Submit your TRC application where the immigration office in your area. Who applies? Typically your employer or representative handles the submission. Processing time 5 to 7 working days. That does not include holidays or weekends. Receive the TRC. The TRC, this is 8. The TRC is typically valid for 1 to 3 years, depending on the duration of your work permit and employment contract. Once you have your TRC, you will not need to do border runs. You will not need to apply for a visa. When you come in and out of Vietnam, you just need to show them your TRC at the border and you're good. This is the benefit of having a TRC. You can also open a bank account, which is awesome. You can open a bank account in Vietnam at one of the many trillion banks that they have here. Okay. You can also buy and own property in Vietnam with a TRC. Not that I'm going to do that anytime soon. Okay. Tips to keep in mind. Employers often cover these expenses, but clarify this beforehand. Yes, I said it's about $20 million for everything. I had an agent. It comes out of my paycheck until it's paid off. $20 million, I said $1,000. It's about $700. Translation and notarization. All foreign documents must be translated into Vietnamese and notarized locally. Okay? Go to the appropriate embassy of your country's origin. If you need to go to the U.S. Embassy, go to the U.S. Embassy. If you need to go anywhere else, go to the... I am a U.S. citizen, so I had to go to the U.S. Embassy for notarization of that. But my TESOL is from Australia, so I had to go to the Australian Embassy to have it notarized. Okay, it cost about $2 million, which is about $100. Okay. Timeline. Start the process early, as some steps in general, obtaining criminal background checks, can take weeks. Mine took about 2 weeks. If you need help with anything specific, please ask your boss or your company. They should be able to answer all of your questions for you. So that's the long and short of getting your TRC in Vietnam. Those are the steps. Good luck to you. It's a painful, really, really annoying process. But when it's all done, you'll be golden. No more visa runs, which can be expensive, and you can get a bank account. All right. I wish you all well. Have a happy new year, and we'll talk next time.